The one thing I'm noticing as people are joining the comeback, which is the masterclass happening this Wednesday, is that we're seeing a lot of fear of success and fear of failures. And first of all, I think a lot of times we see people like, why would you be afraid of success? Like, why would you say that? Right. And as I think back about almost a year on my uncomfortable journey, there are things that have been really uncomfortable for me that may seem silly to other people, right? Like you're scared to jump in your pool, Chrissy. That's insane. Okay, guess what? I don't jump in my pool. So therefore it was scary for me to jump in my pool. Also, my daughter had me on live video and I was like, if I drown on live video, that's probably not going to be cool, right? Um, but I can laugh at it now. But at the time, I was freaking out. Like I was trying to talk myself out of it, right? And so we do the same things when we have fear of success and when we have fear of failure. And maybe we've never necessarily failed in that aspect of the thing where we're going to do, but we failed at something else and we remember being paralyzed by it. We remember maybe being made fun of by it. Maybe somebody said something that triggered us by it, right? And so we've held on to that and we can't let go of it. The fear of success typically stems from, what if I change? What if I become like an ugly person because I have all this money, right? Or what if I become like I lose people in the process? First of all, as you grow and as you become a better version of you, you will always lose people in the process. And it's not you, it's just that they love and feel like they want to keep you the way you are, right? Or they have these fears that they're trying to protect you. So they're logical fears in their mind, they're fears and things that they've had to deal with, right? Or they need to deal with. But if we think about the growth, if you always think about the growth of everything, whether it's fear of success or fear of failure, right? You're going to have growth through failures to get to success, right? We're probably going to have a lot more fears, or we're going to have a lot more failures than we are successes, just because that's the path, that's the journey, right? And so if we think about the growth that we experience in that, that's always a win. And if we can keep it in our mind, I'm growing no matter what, right? I'm not going through this, I'm growing through this. And if we have that perspective, no matter how big or scary something feels, we're going to be able to go through it, grow through it a lot easier, right? It's not going to be as scary because at the end of the day, if we always think it's this or something better, if I at minimum learn from this, if I at minimum grow from this, if I at minimum become a better version of myself from this, was it worth it? Yes. The answer is almost always yes. The same question I ask when people are petrified, literally petrified, I've been there, to get on video. They're petrified and they say, I'm afraid I'm going to mess up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And my question is, if you could change one person's life, if you could help one person, if you could make their minute better, if you could make their week better, their day better, would it be worth it to get on video and spread your message? The answer is always yes. So if we can grow through something versus go through it, whether it's fear of success or fear of failure, are we willing to go through it for that growth? Knowing that after we experience that growth, that thing isn't so scary anymore. It takes the edge off, right? It's not as scary. Like most people probably who bungee jump or skydive, after they do it once, it's not as scary. They may say, I don't want to do it again, but it's not as scary the second time if they chose to do it, right? When I started taking dance lessons with my friend Colton, like I was petrified because number one, I like to be in control. I like to be know what I'm doing. So it was very hard to give up control, be the follower, not the leader, right? It was very hard to do something that I stumbled at, but I learned through that. I got more confident through that. You get more confidence when you fail and you overcome it, right? You learn something from it. And that's what really the comeback is about. I want to teach you to really come back from failures, to have those breakthroughs when you have those breakdown moments. And maybe you're not going through that right now, but as a human being that it's going to happen again, and you want to have the tools and you want to have the steps to get through it when it does happen to you. So it's not as scary the next time. I'll never forget. I feel like I bombed a speech, and I still say this. Many of you guys know Gina Mo. I messaged her and I was like, you have to coach me. Like I bombed speech, And if I know it's kind of like that, if you fall off a horse, you got to get right back on because otherwise you won't. I knew if I didn't take care of the problem I had right then and there, that I would just be like, no, no more speaking gigs for me. I'm not doing this. This isn't for me. Right. And I didn't want to be in that space. So I took care of it immediately because I knew myself, and I knew the longer I let that fear and the longer I let the thoughts go in my head of how bad I botched that speech, right, that it was just going to compound and get worse. So I never would do it again. Right. So this is why I created the comeback. I have failed so many times. I have wanted to quit so many times. I have had breakdowns more times than I can count. I have flopped. I have fallen. I have done all these things. I almost killed my business 2 years ago and would have kissed $480,000 goodbye in revenue. But I kept moving forward. I didn't give up. And I don't want you to give up either. So make sure you check out the comeback. If you're watching this, I will drop the link right now. But I want to make sure that you get signed up. It is a free masterclass. It's happening this Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. There will be a replay for a little while. So sign up even if you can't attend live, because you're going to get so much gold from that. You're going to get so many takeaways. And even if you only get one little nugget that makes your life better, makes your day better, or makes the next failure or success fear better, it will be worth it. We're always growing. We're going to grow through this together. We're even going to grow through this masterclass together. So I hope you extend my invitation and take me up on that. And I cannot wait to see you Wednesday at 2 or on the replay.